Is this an okay angle? I think we are fine. I think we are fine. Hey guys, welcome to a new video. Enjoy my kitchen because this is the only place with a good light, and also I wanted to show you the donkey. So I feel like many more people need to see him. I got him on an art fair in Dublin, and he's my favorite thing like ever since. So check him out. Anyway, guys, today, as you thought, as you probably found out from the title of the video, I wanted to talk to you about getting ideas.
How do you get the idea?
I just try to think creatively.
Where do ideas even come from, and how do you find your own? Well, I don't know. This is in no way going to be a professional video. I want to clear that away straight away. I like the raw era of YouTube, and I don't want to film like a documentary. Like, for me, this is not research. This is everything that works for me, and specifically for the project that I am working on. So take it or leave it. First of all, I recommend you to read this sucker. I recommend you to read David Lynch's Catching the Big Fish. It's not a very long book. It's quite short, and I didn't like it. Okay, I didn't like it when I read it the first time. But here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing about David Lynch. He cracked something that I still don't know what it is. But he managed to like make a deal with the devil, and all his work just fucking works. In this little book, which is it's written in a form of short interviews, he sort of gives you the idea of how to get the big fish, which he refers to as the big idea.
We don't really create an idea, we just catch them like fish.
And I was thinking a lot lately, how did I got my big fish? You know, like this graphic novel that I started to work on, how did I come to that? And I sort of want to document it here because it's very interesting. Here are 5 ways, guys, that you can catch the big fish. Number 1, take the time to be with yourself. It's important, guys. I cannot stress this enough. I cannot stress enough how important it is to pay attention to oneself and be with yourself, you know, like there's the image of like the lonely fisherman out on the sea. You know, he's all in the storm in the background and he's just like waiting because he knows he's gonna get the fish. And that should be you. That should be you. You should be the lonely fisherman. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that we are constantly distracted, whichever it is, like the phone, responsibilities, sometimes even family members, like let's be honest, like people constantly, like we live in a society. We constantly want things and need things from each other, often to the extent that you forget about yourself. And there's nothing wrong about taking a step back and just like sitting in quiet, turn the notifications off of your phone, go out there, sit by yourself, even if it's just for 5 minutes. Even if it's just for 5 minutes, just breathe and trust me, the fish will come to you. Trust your old fishing spots. Guys, I do have multiple places that I like to stay at. I have multiple places within the city that is kind of like my safe spaces. Whether it's a coffee shop or like a side of a riverbank, I like to go to these places when I feel stressed and bring my sketchbook, and even I don't put the pressure on myself that, oh, you should draw, you should do something. That's not the point. The point is to go to a place that I know is my own, and I stay there and I sort of meditate, but not in, it's not intentional. Like I don't go there with the thought in mind that, oh, I will concentrate on my breathing and all of that good stuff. No, I just go to a place where I feel safe and that I like, and I just take in the energy. Pro tip, guys, when you are outside, like it's very good for creativity, and this is like known everywhere, that changing your surroundings can help you get new ideas. So if you're really struggling with like finding what you want to write about or draw or, you know, create, you should change your surrounding. And I really think that observation is like the best way of learning. Let's say two birds in a park. Like I'm literally sitting in a park and I just see a crow that's fighting for a piece of bread with a pigeon. My mind will instinctively try to make a story out of it, you know? I'm just like, damn, this crow. This crow must be so hungry, you know, and maybe this pigeon is greedy, and now maybe they are neighbors, you know, like maybe it's a neighborly fight, you know, something. And sometimes these ideas will stay in your head, and you don't have to do anything with them straight away, but they will linger and they will create a story of their own without you even knowing. Use the small fish as bait. It's my favorite one, kind of. If I really go down the line to the very core of the idea, the graphic novel that I'm working on started with me observing a balcony. There is this beautiful flat with a beautiful balcony on the way where I was working at the time, and it has like a red railing and beautiful flowers. It looks almost like from a Ghibli movie. And each morning when I crossed it, I was always thinking of, I was always imagining like who lives inside. And I always kind of imagined this like Ghibli style couple, you know, these two old people, you know, they just like love to take care of their little balcony full of flowers and everything. So again, I was already creating an idea in my head just based on this one gorgeous balcony that I was seeing. Imagine my surprise when one day I was walking back from work and I finally saw the person that lives there, the person that takes care of this beautiful place. It was, guys, it was the most rocking the gold chain, bald head, like shaven. He was not bald on purpose, like because of his genetics. Like he was shaven the head, probably shaving every morning, like really full of tattoos, just in only sleep, no shirt. It's like cigarette in the mouth. Like holy shit, like this is the guy that lives there and takes care of the plants. And it made such a big wow at me, like it shocked me. It shocked me so much, this image, that it stayed in my head. And it stayed in my head for so long that this guy, without ever knowing, became kind of the story that I work. He became the main character of my graphic novel. It's what I based him off of. So funny how inspiration works sometimes. That's the very first idea, I think, of when I started to create. And from there it kind of snowballed. So like I got this small fish, just like a minnow at the top of the lake. And I used that in my mind as a bait for a bigger idea, because then I had this character, I had this guy who's like very tough and very tough looking, but he's very caring? Yeah, he's very caring. And why is he that way? Like in my mind, I'm starting to ask, I have the visual, why is he this way? What happened? Why he lives in this beautiful place? Why is he alone? Is he taking care of somebody? Does he have friends? And in this way, it kind of snowballed into a full story. Don't overfish your pond, guys. It's not good for the environment. Imagine your creativity as the pond, and you have all the little ideas in there. If you fish 10 of them in the same day, no matter the size, we're not talking about that now, but you fish out your pond, and you think that each one of these deserve the spotlight, you will end up with a very strange mix, which is not always good. Like, don't try to merge 10 ideas within one. For example, the way I work is that I get a vibe.
The vibe.
Like, I need a vibe first. Like when I saw this man on the balcony, I knew that, oh, we have like, what is this? Like, I have the contrast of the tough but caring, and from there I started to come up with ideas. But as I was doing this, I was also I also went to a festival, to a rock festival, and I was like, oh my god, I like the aesthetic of rock. Maybe he should be a guitarist, you know, like maybe this should be a story about a rock band. But I also rock climb, and I really like the sport, and it's very close to me. And I knew immediately, like, I want to do something with that. So I was like, oh, maybe he had a band as a kid, but now he rock climbs, you know, like. And suddenly we have these 3 ideas that are starting to be crowded. It's starting to be crowded. As the big minds are saying, you need to kill your darlings. I had to catch 10 to 20 fish, and I had to return 15 of them back. And at the end, I just kept a couple of ideas, and I thought, okay, what can I make out of this? Keep it simple, stupid. You don't have to fish the biggest fish. This is very important, guys. People don't talk about it as often as I would like them to, or if I don't see this being said so much on YouTube or Instagram. It's the fact that you don't need to have like a grand original idea, because sometimes that takes a long time. Like, nothing has to be perfect, and this is something that like resonates with me a lot. That I when I was younger, I was a big perfectionist. Like, everything had to be perfect, and it was taking me back. I never finished a video, I never finished a drawing, I didn't finish animations because of it, because I was perfectionist. There was this time where I stayed up for 48 hours remaking a whole semester of work just because I got a bad feedback, and I was so perfectionist that it had to be perfect. It had to be perfect. So I scraped like 3 months of work just to get in the perfect thing. Turns out it doesn't work. It tires you out, and then you have no fish. You scare your fishies if you try to go for the biggest one. Of course, sometimes you will fish the big one, and you will know that this is something big. But sit down with yourself and think if you are ready for it. You need to be real with yourself. You need to know if you have the capacity to work on the project you are working. If you are, I don't want to say old enough, because everybody is sort of on a different level, like everybody is different. But I know that I had to grow into this project, for example. Like, I don't think that 3 years ago I would be able to execute it the way I am doing now. So yeah, don't aim for the biggest fish. If you feel comfortable and passionate enough about something smaller, just do it, you know? You can make it better later. Nobody is going to blame you, or there's no police that will try to punish you for remaking your idea, for example. Like, if you just have a small couple pages, 6-page idea for a comic, make it. Who knows, maybe in 3 years it will be 170 pages, like, you never know. My last advice is to share your catch. I think it's important for artists to share their ideas, not only within the community, but like with everyone that's willing to listen. Don't get locked and fixated on the numbers. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't get fixated on the numbers, because many of us tend to think like, oh, only 40 people saw my reel, I'm a failure. Like, no, you're not. You're not. You live in a tough world, like Jesus. Algorithm, I'm not gonna get into that in this video, but out of those, like, imagine the 40 people in a room. Like, that's a lot. You wouldn't be, if you are on a party with 40 people, you wouldn't be able to talk properly to all of them in one night. Like, it's very nice, and I think that we should support each other as a community, obviously, but it's important for artists to just, like, get out there. Just get out there, you know? Share your work, you'll feel much better about it. I hope after these 5 tips you managed to catch your fish. I hope you're not going to overfish your pond, and please share your catches. Share your catches in the comments. Do it. Comment what's your favorite fish. Please do that.